Welcome to this channel. This channel is for educations and culture based on historical evidence and scientific evidence. So whoever is not looking for the truth, please do not continue on watching this video. So today I'd like to share with all of us a truth that one must not avoid if one really want to develop kungfu. Now, a few days ago, I shared the Chinese story of Mr. Yip like the dragon, which is it turned out that Mr. Yip don't really like the dragon. He just like something look like a dragon. Obviously, he don't like the real dragon. So, also yesterday I shared on the breathing, the different type of breathing for the basic development, for the healing or recovery, or for the training or in martial art purpose. Now today I want to link everything for you so you can see just from a very simple first sections of S21 what is the reality and we know where we stand. Now, the first thing is on this Mr. Yip like dragon. You see, I've been sharing the S21 for almost 3 weeks. Guess what? That is only less than 10 people who joined the S21 group and follow the instructions and share their video on the S21 practice. And of course, this group of friends, they found out about themselves and they learn many things. However, there are many who joined the S21 group, promised to share video, didn't show up, or leave. So of course, on those kind of case, I just block those people because S21 is for those who really like to learn. Now, after this many weeks of S21, how many really pay attention and really learn something from S21? What I can tell you is everybody just want to have a hype for most of people and thinking if they have any secret or not. Well, it turns out that they miss the entire thing completely. So today I'd like to share with you. And once I share this, the group S21 will be get really tight to enter because those are free educations for the real people who really want to learn what's going on. Now, the S21, the first sections is a squat. It's a squat. Okay? That squat actually have a lot of in-depth stuff, including the breathing. That squat. And either one have real internal training or not, with one squat, one will know it. So the squat is a good litmus test for oneself. It is a good tool for one to really develop the real kung fu. This is a basic must. So why is a squat? Well, you look at the ancient, didn't they have to squat horse stance? What do you think they are doing? So yesterday, I've been talking with a few friends in martial art in Wing Chun who test out the S21. They told me that most people think they know how to squat, but they don't. And many people who do the squat is actually hurting themselves, which they don't realize. So this is how bad it is. With all those internal and all whatever theory, whatever belief, whatever secret sets and everything, one couldn't even do a proper squat. This is an evidence already, by evidence. It is a fact by evidence already. So unless one get the first sections of the S21 proper, the rest forget about it. Forget about those marketing internal or thinking far, far away, flying saucers, those kind of stuff. One practically don't have the development. One don't have the educations. And as in the S21 group, you can see that people who think they get it, they try it, they modify, they make corrections, but they still don't get it. Well, this thing needs time. Kung Fu means times. Again and again, one tests oneself and correct oneself until the day one be able to do it in the sleep. It as an analogy. Without that, what Kung Fu? Now, get into the breathing. What people, most most majority people don't realize, don't know is that a simple squat is the basic of the natural low abs breathing and the reverse breathing, which is using for martial arts. Now, so if one do not know how to do a squat properly, which is the body uh, element, the physical body element cannot handle that. How is one supposed to go into this breathing, handling the breathing, the natural breathing and the reverse breathing? So how is one going to be able to spar with a good handling or fighting with a good handling because this is martial arts? Not to mention, you want to talk about chi, which is on top of the breathing. How is it possible? So, like in my other videos, I say that most people are just talking flying saucer. They just want excitement. They never really want to develop kung fu. They don't know what it is. And the entire thing is, oh yeah, just get something new out. Today I got a new model car, tomorrow another new model car. It's just for sales and commercial. Nobody really developed the kung fu. That's why all of this is just movie entertainment business. You never be able to face the Western boxer or the judoka in Olympic. You can. Because when people love is not the real dragon, but it is a fictitious widget dragon. That's the issue. So when you do a squat, if you exhale when you're going down, that is the natural resonance breathing handling for the martial art purpose. if one inhale when one going down, that is the reverse breathing for martial art purpose. So if one not be able to do a squat, then forget about all these martial art applications on breathing, which you need it because you need to have your core, activate your VO2 max and so forth. So for example, you face an opponent, he rush in to attack. Well, those who have developed the martial art type of breathing, as in my other YouTube, have clearly uh, presented or share. When other people throw a punch to shoot, one don't walk away like that. So what one doing? Right away, one get into the martial art breathing conditions, the states, right away with the angle going in, or right away you go exchange in. Go watch Western boxing ring, Thai boxing ring, or the Kyokushin, the uh, the the, uh, the competitions or MMA competition. The opponent come, you go, boom. Okay, that you need to activate that breathing, the martial art breathing. It is no longer the the exercise or recovery breathing. Why? Because when you go, you need to have a stable core, and you need to breathe deep. It's very different than I do. Oh, this slow motions. I call it internal stuff. It is very different than that. It's just go for fully dynamics. So anybody who just keeping saying, I want to 站桩, I want to practice the slow and everything, you think you can develop that thing? When he charge in, you charge in with a different angle, be able to handle your core to direct yourself. Do you think it's possible? Of course it's not possible if you don't develop that. And it will get really ridiculous if one keeping thinking, I'm going to stand still. I'm practicing this slow internal Tai Chi way, and then with this hand technique, that hand technique, to face attack, like in the Western boxing, in Thai boxing, and in the MMA. You can, because your body don't have that training. In the past 100 years or so, it is a problematic, it's a misleading to thinking that if you 站桩, you practice something slow, and then talk all kinds of structure, mind power, all these things. You can handle that when people jump at you. The first is the breathing. You cannot take the breathing. You don't have the training to get into the breathing state. So what martial arts? Look at Xi Xiaodong and Lu Gang. Lu Gang is the Wing Chuners and practice many different type of pressure fight, pressure point hitting, those kind of things. Then he said that when Xi Xiaodong jump at him, it's like a tiger jump at him, and his entire thing bent out of shape. That's exactly what happened because you never train the fighting breathing, the martial art breathing. And a regular breathing is not going to be able to do that, to face those things. That's why you have pressure. If as soon as you don't have the breathing, you don't have the combustion system, you're not going to get speed, you're not going to get power, you'll not be able to do a continuous strike. And your body, your core, because your core is not stable, you will not be able to move the entire body in different angles. You think you're going to stand like this or like this the entire life you can get that? The first few seconds you get KO. That's a reality. And again, if you want to get into really the meditative and for example, the six healing sound to activate, relax, loose up your internal organs, do you think those normal breathing can type of breathing can do that? Of course, it's not. So you see, like yesterday I said, you need to have the lower abs, natural abs breathing. You further train so that you be able to get into the recovery type of breathing. You can handle that. And then further that you can train into the martial type of breathing. Without this, as our friend said yesterday, Hendrik, many people think they can do squat, but they don't even know that they're hurting themselves. There's a reality Chinese kung fu have to face. Okay, so then the Shaolin said it clearly. Externally train your bone, your sinews, your muscle. Internally train your breathing. Then yesterday I shared that even Nan Huaijing said that that's the proper Chinese way, where people who know, like Nan Huaijing, know all about this chi stuff, okay, more than anybody. So this is the situations. Just a first squat. If one do not put their time in, their mind in, their heart in to just do a squat until one be able to do it properly. And I don't mean that one need to go full squat because our age is different. I mean that one really know one's body, seven balls. There's no way one to get the breathing because one is really unconscious of one's body. So this is the reality. It's from a simple squat. So again, like in the Tai Chi classic, it said that using the slow to defeat the fast. Well, please look into MMA, Western boxing, or the Thai boxing. Have any one of those competitions, have anybody in past hundreds of years have defeat using slow to defeat fast? Or everybody have good body like Mike Tyson? The opponent strike, you strike in very quick. Multiple strike, power, speed, continuous strike. If one don't have the body, what martial arts? What are you talking about? Chi Sao and push hand. You don't even have that breathing because those are ordinary common people breathing. It cannot be doing. It cannot do the the healing or the recovery on one side. It cannot do for those fighting on the other side. That's why you feel pressure. No matter how many hand technique you learn, no matter what type of grandmaster title or whoever you learn with, if you don't get that straight, you go face a Western boxer friend, you get KO. That's the reality. So everything starts with just a squat. The ancient Chinese said you stand in the horse stance for 3 months. That's what it's about. So when I designed the S21, you want to bring the real deal to the United States? Let's bring the real deal. Why should we go cheating other people? If you want to talk technology, we talk technology. And it is a secret? No, it is not a secret. In the Wing Chun matrix, it is present here for body awareness. It is present here how to do it in the standing, just for the basic, not even get into the deep uh, healing or the deep martial art thing yet. Because Anybody who want to do a, say, six healing sound has to better than be able to handle better than the 2C way, or else they will not be able to handle whatever the breathing path and the internal organ relaxations inside there. And for the martial art part, one need to go on top of that 2C, on top of what is in the Wing Chun matrix, to develop the natural lower abs breathing and the reverse breathing, so that one be able to handle the entire momentum with a core stability. If your core is not stable, you think it's only hand? It cannot be. You have to have a stable core. And a stable core cannot be just your spine power, tucking your tailbone, or mind power. You will not last more than a few seconds if you do that. Look at Mike Tyson's. Look at this core stability and how he handled the entire score, the core. Short strike art, you need to have the core and your leg is one piece. And the end one, using the laying down, and I purposely put in the sport science verification here in the Wing Chun Inception, so that it is a technology. Let's not get into uh, all this personal stuff, lineage stuff, and blah blah blah. You want to recover your body with the healing qigong, you need to have that technology. You want to go do martial arts with those qigong or breathing, you need to have that. Or else, what are we talking here? Selling snake oil? Now, before all of this, can one squat? If one couldn't even squat, do not have the mind, the heart, and do not put time on just a squat, what is one going to learn? Sleeping, laying down, watching TV, watching the movie and fantasy? Is that kungfu? Of course, that's not Chinese kungfu. So this is what I like to share with you. See, as the Zen saying, from a flower one can see the entire world. So believe or not, just by looking at one doing a squat, one can know whether this guy have internal art or not. It's just very simple. Pay attention to his ball handling, pay attention to his breathing. Can he switch breathing and change breathing and so forth? You know whether this guy have kung fu or not. This is not my standard. It is a standard since ancient China. That's why, again, go back to it. Why do you think the Chinese want the student to stand in horse stands for 3 months when they study Kung Fu? The Shaolin guy, not those woo-woo internal thing, which is actually misleading and screw people left and right. Okay? In one way, because they believe on this internal. In one way, they just doing things like a common people. For example, if you don't really develop your lower abs, natural lower abs breathing, you're going to breathe like the common people, ordinary people. That is the natural breathing for you, right? Because you never know. You never get into that baby state. So if keeping talking about follow the natural and then you move around, dance around, that can be a dance and exercise. That cannot be a healing art. that cannot be a martial arts. That's what we know now by technology. And everything, as in Shaolin, 3 months, you stand in your stand. But even that stand in the stand need to know what I just present to you, not just standing there, because this is not a movie.